What are the American values? Freedom, liberty, equality, justice. Religious institutes, whatever that is, and you should have the freedom to decide what they want to do, not the religious institute. Expectation of religious conversion for marriage is a very bad practice. It's very prevalent in this America, and that should be eliminated. That's a justice to somebody who is innocent getting trapped there. Child's religious labeling practice, again, its best example is Barack Obama. Let the interfaith child decide the decisions, and child should have the liberty to pick what they want to do. And like my book says, equality for all. So that's my message. I hope it's American value. Now, we all came to America for better life. Many of us amassed a lot of money, raised the children, they are really successful. And one day you have a nice dinner at home, and all of a sudden your daughter will come and tell you, Mom, I'm in love with Mama. Or Dad, I'm in love with Jennifer. Initially you try to fight it out that no, this is not good and all that, but then ultimately the son or daughter who has been independent for so many years anyway, they tell you that I'm not asking your approval, I'm just informing you, understand? So you realize that you don't have any chance left. And then you justify that, I'm not really religious, and all religion, I'm an open-minded, and progressive thinker anyway, and all religions are same. So, okay, beta, no problem. Whatever you want to do, you are happy, so that's okay. So just few months before wedding, you realize that your daughter or son has agreed to change his or her religion. And not only that, the children must be raised in this other faith, whatever that other faith is, Christian, Jew, or Muslim. So then it hits you that, wait, what will happen? Am I going to take my grandchildren to some, for educations to some madrasas and to synagogue and to church? No more to mandirs and balvihar and shakhas. And by the way, I amassed that $10 million. Is it going to be inherited by those people of other faiths? And then you start getting chill. But what can you do? You are in your living room, that's it, keep on worrying. You cannot go and tell your friend, best friend or relative that, this is a situation, because what will happen? अरे देखा उसने लड़की ने क्या कर दिया, उसका इतना मुंह हो गया. I mean, our society actually put people in this situation into really, instead of helping, people make fun of this situation. They don't realize one day it could come to your own home. So and community has no way to guide them. So, I have guided some 200 youths in this kind of situations. It's a web-based, so they reach out to me from all over the world. And my message is plain and simple. Vasudhaiva Kutumbikam, pluralism, love and respect all. Now you sounds contrasting why it should be, but that's what Hindus are, and we should stick with it. So what I will explain some of the terminologies. What does it means? Pluralism means in interfaith marriages that share two faiths. Your faith is there, my faith, we will share it equally. And respect each other's beliefs. We do puja, and you do whatever you do in your church and all that. And there will be equality, 50-50. I will not demand for 51%, nor I will settle for 49%. And that's the title of my book, Share and Respect with Equality. What says, pluralism is one end, exclusivism is exactly other end. And what their beliefs is there is only one God. And that's my God. And for this reason, you have to convert to my religion. There are some other terms probably you already know. Dharmics means Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. And Abrahamic faiths. That's Abraham. And you can say in layman terms, his three sons. That is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So it says they all believe in one God, but they have three different paths. So what I will do is I will tell about interfaith marriages. now why our sons or daughter will fall in love? I mean, you did everything to educate in your own culture, but why it happened? And what can we do about it? And we'll summarize it. I did a marriage survey myself and found that 38% of Hindus, probably most of them are American born or most of the time in America, they marry to Christian, Jews and Muslim. I have a friend, Safak Mayax, is a young Muslim girl, and we were curious that it's 38%, what will be for Muslims? And we were surprised to find that 45% of Muslims marry outside their faith in America. But the one big difference, based on my analysis, whatever the 1200 youths I have guided, when Hindu marries somebody else, they are willing to accept others. What is it, your system? Okay, I like to come to your place and do these things. And they are willing, and many of them have no problem even converting. Versus in Islam, it's exactly other way around. You must convert to Islam. I would say majority, I don't have any numbers, but maybe 80 or 90% even in America. They will want the other party, Christian, Jew or Muslim, and forget about Hindus, to convert to Islam. So there is a big difference between two ways, the way they are doing it. Now, why your son or daughter will or can fall in love? Because what happened, we taught them, Iswar Allah Tero Naam, we are secular, we are pluralists. So when they go to college, they see the ground all flat level, we are all same. Then there is one God, so I mean this fighting in name of God is a nonsense, doesn't make sense, okay? And then sometimes the other party plays a sympathy game that, you know, we are Jews and in Holocaust we got butchered down and so many people were, it's really, we were discriminated. And I mean, which is true. And Hindus start feeling for it, or if it's a Muslim, they say, you know, Donald Trump is so much after us. I mean, and then again, our sons or daughters start feeling for it. No, that's nonsense. I mean, we feel for it. And then later on, that other party may spend 10 times money or the absolute relentless love, and that's what our sons and daughters were craving for. So here is a perfect combination. Somebody you have a sympathy for it, really fun, and the love which we were looking for, which none of the others Hindu boys or girls could give them. So they fall in love, and then love goes in a second state, that after a few years that love moves into higher gear, and that is who is God? So that Hindu cannot articulate who is God or what is the your fundamental belief systems, and again don't have good wording to express it. So then who knows that son or daughter never visited temple in 10-15 years, and finally now coming to temple that let me find it out who I am, what is the Hinduism about, and some auntie is pouring milk, another is offering rice to God, and they ask, wait auntie, what are you doing? Like, if you do these things, God will take care of everything. I mean, that's not the answer that person was looking for. So what happened that the other party is trying to make hole in the Hinduism's belief system, and Hindus, because they cannot articulate well, they fall for it. And then ultimately what happened that just few months before the wedding, maybe 3 or 10 years out after years of relationship, you know, it's my mother, it's not me, whatever reason. But you convert. That becomes the, so it moves in progression, and that's why it get, if that conversion question comes up on the first day, I'm sure our sons and daughters will walk away very clearly. So now at this stage, what goes through in Hindu youth's mind? I cannot go and talk to my mom because she will not understand. She will kill me, first of all. I'm in love with Muhammad, so I mean, she will kill me, and she's anyway, she hates all those Muslims anyway, so I cannot talk to anybody. And then they start justifying, okay, I believe in so many gods. And as a matter of fact, I'm pluralist, I believe even Jesus and all of them are God. So what is the harm if I accept one more God? No big deal. You want to accept, okay. But what they don't realize that you are not accepting one God, but you are removing all other gods. And whatever that exclusivist phase you are dealing with, that's only stays, all others disappear. So now, Hindus generally don't ask other party that you convert to our Hinduism. That's not a mandatory requirement, and conversions, we don't even ask anyone to convert to Hinduism. Why Abrahamic asks for conversions? And that is because there is exclusivism. Christianity's exclusivism is Jesus is the only Son of God, and Jesus is the only way to achieve salvation. So there will be a judgment day where God is somewhere there. God is going to come back. Could be in 1 hour, could be 10 years, 10,000 years down the road. Don't know. But if you have accepted Jesus and go through, then you will be saved. Otherwise, you will have the eternal hell. And Jesus says, "I'm the way, truth, and life. No one comes to the Father." They use the word "the Father." That's for the God. And except through me. So you have to go through only Jesus. That's only channel. And then anyone who is not baptized is a sinner. So I mean, technically, fundamentally thinking, you all are sinners. Anyone child born, the first they born with the original sin. And you can wash off that sin only by not good karma, by baptism. So that's, so if that, then remains, those who are baptized will go to heaven, and all other goes to eternal hell. How about Mother Teresa? Sure, she will go to heaven. And how about Mahatma Gandhi? I mean, they don't have answer for it. They cannot answer. They know what is the answer, but they cannot articulate it. As a matter of fact, Mahatma Gandhi was baptized in 1996 because some Mormon church realized that he was such a good man. Poor guy did not have probably options of converting, and he died. But he deserves to go to heaven. So then posthumously they baptized him in 1996 in Florida. So at least that's a good news that now Gandhi will go to heaven. Meaning that's their strong belief they are carrying. Other problem is Hindu mandirs and priests have no control. What you want to do, you can do it. Who is going to stop you? That's not the case in Abrahamic side. The churches are so powerful. This Maya, she came back to me on my website, and it's covered in my book here. She says, "I'm in love with that Christian guy. We don't believe in converting. We are really good for each other and love each other, no problem. But then close to marriage, it says the Christian guy says, my parents wants a Christian wedding. So he said, okay. So Maya says, no problem. We'll have a church wedding. We'll have a Hindu wedding, and we'll be good. But then they came back and they says, you could have a Hindu wedding, but can you do the Hindu wedding in secrecy? Because you are offering all those to your Hindu gods and all that. That's sin. We cannot do it. So you do Hindu wedding in secrecy, and only our wedding will be official wedding. So she says, okay, I will convince my parents, somehow we'll do it. But then later on, the church comes back and says, you signed this prenuptial, and that prenuptial agreement is in my book. You signed this prenuptial that the children will be raised only in Christian faith, and baptized and raised in Christian faith. Now, then it hits her that this is not what we agreed. We've been dating for 6 years, and this prenuptial agreement, that was not on the card. So she declined that, no, I don't want it, I'm out of it. You know what happened? Church is saying that if Maya does not sign this prenuptial agreement and go to court and get married, then church will punish the in-law, the Christian in-laws, will take away the rights of Holy Communion, and they have a burial site. Christians have purchased it, and they will take away that Christian sites, that burial sites. Now think of the tremendous pressure. Christians, they want to die the way they want to die, and they have a site reserved for them. But all of a sudden now, because of Maya, they will have to really suffer all their life. Now here, 22 years Maya, she wants to go and please the in-law and make them happy and good. That's what she was dreaming about. But she's starting on a really bad footing that they will be so mad at her that, you're not even letting us go peacefully to our Jesus. So in that's years, what do you expect 22 years old girl to do? She cannot explain to parents, go to Pandits. Pandits cannot explain, what she should do. So that's where it gets down. So point is, these churches are so powerful, it's beyond our and imams and rabbis, tremendous power over their people, or at least many of them. So here, I'm not here to say that all the Christians, Jews, Muslims are bad. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, on my trip in Pennsylvania, I was at one mandir. One cop came by and he says, Kem cho? I said, wait, where did you learn Gujarati? And he says, Jai Shri Krishna. I said, wait, where is all this coming from? He says, my wife is Hindu and my wife is Gujarati. And then he came to mandir and he was looking for, yeah, this is nice. Maybe I can bring my kids over there. And he was so appreciative that he has opportunity to come to the temple. I mean, I don't have any problem with this guy. I mean, he's really, I'm sure he's taking the Hindu side well, and he may be Christians and he can do his thing. So I don't have any problem with any religious people. But at the same token, keep in mind that, sometimes you are at home and the doorbell rings, ding dong, who is this? And you open the door. And what's more, if you transfer from your present religion today, you are qualified for our special introductory offer of forgiveness of all your sins and guaranteed everlasting life. So if you accept the baptism, they will not, I don't know whether you have spent time discussing with them. I mean, they are relentless to convert you. Now think, if your son and daughter is marrying to one of their sons and daughter, and they go to that family, are they going to leave them alone? They will look for any and all opportunity to convert you. So what I say is that if your son or daughter is a Christian, two main things you need to be mindful about is that person is not evangelical, the one who would ring the door and out to convert you, because that will be trouble. Or there is no church involved or religious institute involved. Go to the court, get married. Don't even have Hindu weddings. Leave all religions out. Does it make sense? I mean, you are in love. Why you have to involve all those religious institutes? It's logical, right? See, that's what I'm saying. So if you see trouble, I mean, keep all those external factors. You're smart enough, you're educated. I mean, many of them are doctors, engineers, I mean, highly educated kids. They can make decisions what's right for them. So, now Quran. I don't think I need to spend much time on it, but Quran is clearly exclusive its beliefs. Those that deny our revelations, that's 436, we will burn them in fire. They will pour hot oil, scalding hot oil, so your skin will be consumed. But no sooner their skins be consumed, we shall give them the new skin. Not out of generosity, but then they can pour the hot oil again, so you feel the burning pain second time. So I mean, Quran is clear message. It's a really, they want to make sure that you are a believer of Quran, and they don't have any respect for the kafirs, non-believers. Lay hold them to unbelievers and kill them whenever you find them. And over that, God has given absolute authority to the people to execute this performance. So anyone who is an unbeliever, however you define an unbeliever, is to be treated harshly. Now, what Quran says about interfaith marriages? Quran 2:21 says that you shall not wed a pagan woman unless they embrace the faith. A believing slave girl is better than an idolatress, though she may please you. So your daughter's status is something much less than a slave girl's status. Now, Quran 6:11 says, let's say some Muslim guy is there, he says, no, I don't believe in these things, let's get married. Saif Ali Khan married to Kareena Kapoor, she has not converted. Amir Khan married to two Hindu girls and all that. So, I mean, does he make that person open-minded? Okay, according to Quran, let's say that person is not a Quran believer at the time of marriage, but 10, 20, 30 years down the road, if they start believing, then 6:11 applies. That do not maintain the marriage with the unbelieving woman. So once that person, anytime in life, so it's a hanging sword over our sons and daughters, because they have not converted so far, but when they will become a Quran believer, and then only options left at that time is to you convert or take talaq. My problem is this one, that if somebody wants to believe Quran, I have true respect for it, they have rights to believe. But Quran 24:30 also says that when, and nicely explained by Zakir Naik, who is an expert, Islamic expert, that when a boy sees a girl, they're supposed to lower their gaze and walk away from it. So there is no way a Quran believer can fall in love with any girl, because they are not supposed to be. So if they fall in love, had romantic relations for 3 to 10 years, so that means they were not Quran believer, they are not Muslim anyway. And then if they ask that now Quran 2:21 says you have to convert to Islam, you have to convert to Islam because my Quran says, then you have to wonder was this move? Is it love jihadi or what? What did he do so far? So yes, Muslims have to make up their mind whether they are Quran believer or not believer. And if they are Quran believer, there is no way they can fall in love with Hindu anyway. So Jews consider themselves as a chosen people. If you ever read Torah, and in Torah, I mean, God always keeps on saying that yes, God is so much, they are most favorable boys of God, that is Lord God. Further, this Jesus, that is a son of God, that's not acceptable by Jewish people. Allah, that's Islamic word, and Hindus, if we are idol worshipper, that's not acceptable by Jewish people or that belief. And further, Jewish believes that the breast circumcision, 8th day, the child must be circumcised. And if it is not, there is something negative going to happen. So that's their belief system. Now, again, on my this Vanaprastha tour, I was at Mount Rushmore, and there was a couple there, Hindu girl and one other American looking guy. And I started getting into discussions, and within few minutes he says, ours is not a interfaith marriage. I say, wait, you are a Hindu girl name, and you said you are a Jewish person. Hindu-Jewish is not an interfaith marriage. Can you explain me a little more? See, he says that a Hindu girl spent 2 years in synagogue and every day study about Judaism, and decided first she converted to Judaism. And after she converted to Judaism, then only they had a wedding. So it's a marriage up to Jewish people. So it's not an interfaith marriage. I could not resist and telling him that, if you were Christian, she would have converted to Christianity. If you were Muslim, she would have become Muslim. So don't get the impression that, of all those world, she studied all those world religions, including Hinduism, and she decided that Judaism is based religion, that's why she converted. She's just trying to please you. That's why she converted. So, now what can we do about it? Now, I will take you different stages that. So I met Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji. I mean, it's my honor, he's no more with us. But when I went there and I told in 2008, early of my working area, I said, Swamiji, these are the issues and this is what I'm working on. He says, you don't need all those things, what I'm talking about. He says, tell Hindus, and I'm telling you, that be Hindu first. With your sons and daughter, every day do puja. Before you eat, offers the prasad to God, and then you then take it. And if you are true Hindu in real sense, and if it is a completely inculcated inside their system, you will not have those kind of problems. Well, he has a good point, that be Hindu first and install dharmic values. Other point I'm saying, we need to change our the way we run our home life. That I'm saying that guys, I'm always saying, treat your wives well. For example, are you cleaning dishes at home on routine basis? I have seen situation where husband, wife, and a daughter, 8 years old daughter, sitting on the sofa nicely, and then husband says, Meena, can you get water for me? So all three are sitting. Meena will stand up, get the water, give it to husband, and he start drinking. You know, first sip that husband takes it, you know what daughter will think? You know, I'm not going to marry a jerk like my dad. Forget it. You ruin your case. Because she thinks that all those Hindus guys this is the kind of guys they are. So that's why you have to set an example. If you want your daughter to marry some Hindu, then husband should be the kind of husband that your daughter will be looking for.
He's telling opposite. That is
So, yeah, we need to start at our home front, how we run our life. Further, this is very important. Change our image with our sons and daughters. Our sons and daughters think that we are racist. That because they have heard so much about sitting on dining table and we talk about something and they hear, oh my God, these guys are really, really racist. I cannot believe that. And never ever say no BMW. What is BMW?
I know that.
Black Muslim white.
Oh.
If you say your son or daughter that don't marry black Muslim white, that's totally a racist statement. And you lost your case. They said, forget it. These guys, I'm not going to deal with it. I cannot stand up. I cannot wait to get out of this home of the racist people. So you cannot make this racist system. You have to be respectful to all.
We're known,
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're known to be the most racist people out of any, like, the most racist people to, like, any race, including our own race, out of any other races. It's proven and it's, like, known to, and, like, we're, like, known to be, like, racist to our own race. So, like, within India,
Right.
racist to our own self.
Right.
So, like, it's practically the same way.
Self-destroying mode, I mean. Yeah.
No, I think it's yes, he's endorsing me what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So you have to be very mindful what you talk and how you talk others, and so how to handle it, that's something I will leave it up to you, but keep in mind whatever he's saying, that is true, or at least that's a perception. I don't know whether probably it's the same, probably people in other faiths, children thinks for their own, because you know, grass is always, weeds are always in your own backyard versus outside is always green there. So I don't know the truth about it, but that's something you need to be mindful. And other problem is, do not assume that your sons and daughter will marry interfaith, within faith only. Okay, we are this and you good, he or she is going to marry this. Because it's like assuming that no, I'm not going to have a heart attack ever. I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to know about it. I can eat whatever because I'm not going to have a heart attack. Instead of do the exactly opposite. I could have a heart attack. Let me start doing exercise. Let me start taking aspirin a day and watch my diet. And if you don't have a heart attack, well and good. So it's the same over here. So I would say assume that your sons and daughter will marry interfaith and be prepared for it. Train them. Instead of telling sons or daughter that, you know, those guys are bad, don't marry. Instead of that, what I'm saying is make sure that person is not a religious fanatic. And I help them identify that who is a religious fanatic, as I'm already acknowledging. And that's something they will say, that sounds logical, right? Not to marry religious fanatic, somebody who is out to convert you and impose their ideology. See, that's going to be more palatable in their mind. So now on the day, you never expected, it was nice blue, sunny day, everything was going good, and that daughter comes and tell you, Mom, I'm in love with Muhammad. Dad, I'm in love with Jennifer. Hell get loose on that family. Dinner tables become so shouting. What Hindu parents invariably will start? I told you not to marry interfaith. That's bad. It's not going to work. And you know, who you? Talking about Muslims? You know what they did it in Somnath and this and that. I mean, or Christians, you lost your case. Patient is dead on arrival. Because you did not realize that the day your daughter comes and tell you, or son comes and tell you, they were in love for 3 to 10 years. Probably they were already coached that, I know your dad. He's going to say these things. Your mom will say these things. All those coaching was done, and then you answer it this way. Everything was done. And then you do it. That's it. Done deal. Nothing else left to case. I knew it. You are racist. And you proved it. Done deal. I'm out of home. And that's already 30 years old. What are you going to say? You lost your case. Instead of that, what I'm saying is do exactly opposite. Be realistic. Collect facts. Let your sons and daughter talk, because they are the one who are telling. You don't know anything, so keep collecting fact. For example, if you have this thing, India-Pakistan war going to be there, what India should be doing? India should be looking at where are their bridges, where are those, where they make the armaments, how many troops they have. So that's exactly what you do, where they stand. Don't make any judgment. Keep listening. Visit their mosque, church, go meet all the relatives. What does he mean? We are Hindus, so what are your expectations? So take 3-4, no big rush. They're not going to marry tomorrow. Take 3-4 months, 6 months. Collect facts. Let's say you say, okay, let's go to their mosque. What will happen? You put on the really biggest bandi you could think of, put on the nice sari, let's go to mosque. Your daughter says, yeah, man, let's go to mosque. And then you go there, mosque, as soon as you enter mosque, what Imam will say? Ladies, go in the back room. You can watch me only through video camera. You cannot see me in one-to-one. Only guys in the front. Right away, your daughter will say, wait. In our mandir, we are going hand in hand. What's the problem? But still, you don't try to say, look, I told you so. See, no, don't act smart. Still, it's not done. You are collecting information. And then, after 6 months, when you are done, you really know exactly where that stands. Just propose. Beta, the title of my book, I like to share faiths. They do their things. We will go to their mosque every Friday and bring their children and them to Mandir. We'll share them. We'll respect truly these things. I will have the Ramadan fast too, and let them ask to come and celebrate Diwali. We'll truly respect it, and we want equality, 50-50, as I say. No 51%. I will not demand 51, and not 49. What your son or daughter is going to tell you at that stage, Dad, you've been so good. I thought that you will kill me. Instead of that, last 6 months you've been very fair. You've been very respectful. And this is a very reasonable request. So definitely I'll work on it, and and then let them go. Both boys and girls, let them go. And then it will be so much hullabaloo going on between them that no, I cannot come to your mandir. Then why you want us to come to your mosque? No, I cannot convert. Meaning, let them resolve the issue. Let them find it out what is the truth. And at the 3-4 months, it's possible that they may come back. I dumped that guy or girl because I never realized the party was religious fanatic. Your problem solved. Or it's possible the other party says, no, I agree. No, nothing, I agree. Then you don't have any case left, and you have to just go and help them marry whatever they wanted. So you have to play, and again, it's a fair way to doing anyway. And other thing I say is always propose no BBS. So at the end of the presentation, if you don't remember anything, let's say 10 years down the road, you have that situation. Remember this one, no BBS. What is BBS? It's a term I made up. Pre-circumcision, that's required for Jewish people, and also on 11th and 12th years, they need bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah. So that's a B. Second B is baptism, which you all know. In the church is that thing. And for Muslim, it's Sunat and Sahadat. Sahadat is La ilaha illallah, there is only one God, which we agree. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the last apostle, which we should say that way. God, I agree. Why are you bringing Muhammad in? And if you want to bring Muhammad in, then why not Krishna and Rama and Lord Lakshmi and Goddess Lakshmi and everything anyway. So, so that's a sadhana. Now, what are these ones? These are religious, I use the word religious label. Actually, they are holy rituals for them. But when you talk in terms of interfaith marriage with equality, these are nothing but the rich labels. Further, these are exclusivist ideology, meaning you have to make up your mind, it's a white or black. There is no gray in between. You are with us or against us. And a Jew will not let their children have baptism, nor Muslims will have the bris or baptism of their son. So if they cannot tolerate their own gods, each other's label, why Hindu has to do it? Just say no, BBS, that's it. This BBS also has a clear legal implications. That's something we have to explain to our sons and daughters. For example, you took Shahada, and then you are going for your honeymoon. There is a car accident, the Hindu party dies. I mean, former Hindu party dies, it was not. And then Hindu parents bring that dead body at a Hindu home and ready to give final rituals. The Muslim party can go to neutral American judge and confiscate this body because that dead person was Muslim, technically. And they can put you in the grave. You may wanted to go with the Krishna, but you may end up going with Muhammad. And you will be kicking in your grave at that time, if you did not have that intention. So it's a legal matter. Baptism. Let's say you signed that prenuptial agreement, which Maya, I mentioned that there. And you know, divorce is not something new in America. 50% or what is that, 60, 70% divorces happens. So you sign this and then 10 years down the road, there is you have 3 children, there is a divorce and there is a bitter child custody fight between 2 sides. And the Hindu party, as soon as the other party is going to go and show this thing, look, you have signed this legal document that your children will be Christians and this only. Hindu party may start going to mandirs and start doing this garba and Hindu clothes, and you will lose your chance of getting child custody. And what is Hindu has to gain out of this BBS? Nothing. So just we have to explain it to our sons and daughters when they are in this situation, no BBS. Further, that why not let the interfaith child decide his or her own faith? Why we have to put a label when they are born? I mean, the best example is Barack Obama. His father was Muslim, mother was Christian. He had no formal religion when he was 22 years old in college, Chicago, he decided to be Christian on his own term. Isn't it beautiful? Instead of that, because that Muslim father made him Muslim and gave it the Muslim label, and here Barack Obama says, Barack Hussein Obama, I'm a Muslim, vote for me. Was America ready for it? I mean, probably this guy would have lost the chance of becoming president of America, even though he's a fully qualified, just because his father decided to put that label on him. So we can always explain to our sons and daughters that this religious labeling has no scope. It's an interfaith child. Let the child have will teach both religions. On its merit, children will pick one or other, whatever they want it. And if they want to pick third, or if they want to be atheist, so be it. Isn't it fair? See? So that's my message. So basically, again, reminding, if you don't remember anything, no BBS, good. So if you remember these things, I tell you, without BBS, those exclusivists doesn't exist. Because you are in the gray zone. You are not white, you are not black. And so problem is simple. Hindus don't have to do much, and that's now there are no 2 marriages are same, and you have to in every situation you have to think differently. I'm giving you 3 examples. I'm taking Jewish, Christian, so that way we are non-biased. So Chelsea Clinton, she's a Christian Methodist and married a Jewish guy. She's still Christian Methodist. That guy is still Jewish, and so far I know, they are happily married. what's wrong with this thing? Beautiful, I'd say. Ivanka Trump married to a Jewish guy. That's a Jared Kushner. And Ivanka converted to Judaism. I don't know what is the deal Donald Trump was looking for, and he says, "Yeah, daughter, go get married because there is some special cut there." I don't know what was it, or whether she studied 5, 10 different religions and find it out that Judaism is the best religion versus her own Christianity, and that's why she converted. So my problem over here, that this expectation of religious conversion for marriage is wrong. You start dating a Hindu, you know that party was Hindu to begin with. Why you did not utter word for whatever 3 to 10 years, and all of a sudden now you're asking for conversion? You did not know that that party is Hindu? So whatever that is, don't try to convert rose into carnation. Accept the person the way they are. If not, this could be the issue. Look at this one. Joseph, a Christian guy, was in love with Rebecca, a Jewish lady, and Rebecca says, "You have to convert to Judaism." Joseph says, "I love you, no problem." So he converted to Judaism. He further agreed that his children will be only Jewish, and he says, "No problem, I love you, children will be only Jewish." Now they had children. They had a daughter, and daughter was given Jewish. You know, all of a sudden his now Christianity came out. He said, "Wait, I'm a Christian father. I converted, so what? I want to baptize her." They says, "No, you cannot do. You cannot have 2 labels on one child, because those are both exclusive labels." He says, "I can show you." So what he did is, he took his daughter, called up the media, live media, he took it to church, got her baptized. A Jewish daughter got baptized. And it became such a big media sensation in sometime 1906 or roundabout. It was such a big media sensation. Because how could a Jewish have a baptism? Because it's such a big deal for them. And ultimately, this ended up being a really major court case and child custody fights and all that. So point is, we have to explain to our sons and daughters that leave the options open. You never know. You are atheist today, but who knows, 20 years down the road, you may start liking Hinduism. So why you want to get unnecessarily, irreversibly get trapped into something? Just leave the options open and be happy with it. So what Joseph did was a fake conversion. He did not convert with really faith into it. It was a fake, and that's wrong. No fake conversion. Now, let's say after marriage, what can you do? Let's say your daughter married to Muslim, she start wearing hijab, you are Brahmin, in your own home, she is performing namaz 5 times. What would you do? Difficult situations, right? Most parents would think of kicking them out. I talked to Swami Arung, that's a Hinduism Today Swami, and he gave a really great advice. He says, does not matter. Still, it's your son and daughter. Give them lots of love. Let them do whatever they want to do it. Keep in your fold and keep lot of love there. It opened my eye.
Okay, I think you take time to talk to an imam the same question, and your coverage will be better.
Yeah.
Ask the same question to an imam.
I know, they will not. But there is a point there. You have to realize that we Hindus are open-minded. That's what you're saying, right? And if you try to be not what you are, it's not going to work out, because you are open-minded. Hinduism is pluralism anyway. So if you try to show that you are exclusivist and supremacist ideology, and it's not going to work out well. Instead of what I'm saying is cash on your pluralism. You will be a winner. And that's what nobody will say, whatever I'm trying to tell you, nobody will say that, nope, this is irrational ideology I'm teaching. You will be a winner. And that's what I'm saying. Let's look further. So that Muhammad, that guy is there, make him the part of the family. Any activities, make him part of the family. But keep reminding your daughter that beta, I'm doing all those things just out of my love to you. You know this is not equality. You 100% gone there and it's not fair deal. Keep hammering, keep hammering. And you can keep hammering only if she's in your own fold. So she's with you and keep hammering. Go to their religious activities, their Muslim activities, go to their mosque and all that. And respect their beliefs, truly. Don't make sarcastic comments when you are there. Respect them. And at the same token, keep inviting them to our Hindu activity that she's performing namaz, hijab. Arey, aaj to Ram Navami hai, come on over, beta. Mom, I'm Muslim, do you understand? I cannot come there. Oh, aaj Shivratri hai, come on over. Oh, aaj Garba hai, come on over, it will be fun. Keep inviting, in spite of she keeps on saying deny, because the point is, you do not know when she's ready to come back to your fold. You have to leave the door open. See, once you start performing namaz in your own home 5 times, you know that you lost 100%. So you have 0% left. But if you bring it back 20, 30, 40% back, how many percent fold there? Any mathematician? You have an infinity percent gain. So why to give it up? It's your own son and daughter. Yes, please.
Got a question. So, if like, why can't, like, for religion, why can't you be like, for example, race? You can be African American, but
Right.
you can't just be. But you see, it has 2, African and American.
Mhm.
But some people be like, no, you had to choose one. As per like religion, you can't be Hindu, Christian,
Mhm.
Hindu, Jewish.
Right.
Why is that like that?
It's a great point you're raising. That's what my message title of the subject. The pluralism. If you are a pluralist,
Mhm.
then you can be Hindu and Christian. One day you go to a Hindu mandir, second day you go to the church. You can have a big Jesus photo next to Krishna photo, and you can celebrate Diwali and you can celebrate Christmas. That's called pluralism. And in pluralism, exactly what you're saying, that's possible.
Mhm.
But if you are exclusive with supremacist ideology, then that is not possible. Because there is only one God and my God. They are not the other God. So anyone who is exclusivist ideology, they will not like your what you're trying to ask. This is not, it's impossible. What they say is, you know, the child will get confused between 2 religions because one is pulling one side. It's like mixing milk and yogurt. Child will get, I said, no, child is not going to get confused. I know many Jain, Hindu marriages, they take one day to Derasar, other day to Hindu Mandir, and they celebrate all those things. One of the best friend is, and their kids are, when you ask them, this is, I'm a Jain Hindu.
Can't you also be like, so suppose that the parents are like immigrants, they moved from Middle East to that, they moved to the Americas. You can be, couldn't you get confused too? You moved from the Middle East to America.
you will.
Couldn't you be confused?
Yeah, correct.
Wouldn't the child be confused because you're living in America? Child's American, but you guys are from like the Middle
Yeah.
East. So wouldn't the child get confused from that
Yeah,
too?
it's true.
So can't you like counter them back like that?
Yeah.
Or they just get more mad?
So, I will say that no, child is not confused. You explain them and they will be okay. Yeah, I'm from Middle East and I'm from America. We are Hindu and we are in America. We respect other faiths. We are Indian and American. There is nothing to get confused. I mean, you explain. Yeah, you are. So, yeah, it's a good point that it's only when you are carrying exclusive ideology, that's where this confusion comes. What you're suggesting, that's not possible, 2 faiths.
Okay.
If you are pluralist, that's what Hinduism is. Iswar Allah Tero Naam, no problem. And that's exactly my message is. And see, you are worrying about that what Imam will say and what other, forget about, we don't want to be what they are. We want to be exactly pluralist, like this is what the future generation is. That's what they are looking for.
Yeah,
And when you,
very extra, you are right. We want to be pluralist.
Right.
How about those who are exclusivist?
the way
You
to,
want to be
correct, the way to handle is we do our part. We will not baptize. What is the baptism has to do with our love? We will not do BBS. That's it. That's their problem. Let them solve the problem. And if they cannot tolerate you, then let them walk away. If somebody cannot tolerate what you are, why you want to tolerate that intolerance what you are?
So if there are any siblings in the house, what will they have the influence? Because if you have like 3-4 children,
It's true.
so you can't be like completely partial to one kid and
Right.
leave the 3
Yeah.
kids. So how you can explain the 3 kids? They won't be in a stage
Yeah, yeah.
to they want to go in the same way, or because that child may be fortunate to get a good girl or a good boy,
Yeah, yeah.
but we don't know about the 3, right?
So yeah, in this case, let's say the first daughter herself converted to Islam, and you have 3 other daughters.
And they want to come next day.
Yep.
You allow them 5 times, mosque, okay. Next time they will get a beef and start eating.
True.
So when you are praying, they say the puja is bhang or it doesn't
It's
have
true.
any
Yeah, yeah.
effect. So how we can tell them?
Yeah, it is difficult situation. But what you can do is, first of all, from the child was born, you try to give them the good education. So it's already there in their foundation. And now you can do is, in the given situation, this one, you can explain to others. And I mean, it's only so much you can do.
So what kind of form you said, was that pro or pre, what was that form they have to submit before getting?
Oh, prenuptial agreement.
Prenuptial
Agreement.
agreement. Why can't we as a Hindu will have that kind of a form?
Good point.
If you wanna get married with our kid,
That's it.
you have to fill
That's
this
it.
form.
Very good.
You cannot eat beef in our house, you
That's-
cannot do namaz in our house.
That's it. Actually, as a matter of
Then
fact,
we're not pluralism, then we're not.
no, that is okay. That's still pluralism. We will not eat beef. What is there? She's saying we will do puja. I mean, that's not nothing wrong.
Pluralism is, I'm open to all religions, right?
No, that doesn't mean you cannot be. That doesn't mean you have to eat beef. That doesn't mean you cannot do puja.
Yeah, that does not mean you have to do your faith.
You are what you are.
I have a question, sir. Like all over Indians here, to please our kids and all, 90% of the Hindus, they have Christmas tree
I know.
or anything.
I know.
Like when we have a Diwali or something, even you won't find one person, Christians or Muslims, putting a light or anything.
That is correct.
So it has, as you told, 50-50, right?
No,
So
no,
when-
no.
No,
That-
when there is no 50-50, how we can control that?
That is correct. I'm not saying 50-50 while raising them. I'm just saying if they are already in that situation, married, then only 50-50. Otherwise, Hindu parents, child, you should be celebrating Diwali, full-fledged gifts only in Diwali. Christmas comes and go, no. Hanukkah comes and go. This Islamic festival comes and go. It should be treated the same way.
But the point, sorry to interrupt, but the point is all these festivals are just festivals. The religious meanings are very less prevalent now.
Isn't it?
Then we
The
can have
problem
this
is
discussion.
Hindu
This is good.
overdo on Christmas and Diwali comes and go without any. So I agree to your concern. Yeah. So invite them to Hindus activities and grandchildren. It's very vital to have the dharmic name. Name is very vital. There are so many Hindus. They are so proud of having these biblical names for that, even though both are Hindu parents. I don't know what they see pride in that. Circumcision, any questions comes up, there is a whole chapter in my book, not enough merit for it. It's all probably there's rituals or superstitious belief. So we should install dharmic value to our grandchildren whenever they are with that. Another important point, we Hindus are miser. We only learn to save money, save money, save money. When now you have grandkids, let's say the daughter is married to Muslim and that she has a grandchild, don't save money till you die. I mean, what I say is give money with your warm hand, not with your cold hand. And take those Muslim grandkids to Hawaii, take the big vacation, spend a lot of money. What they will think, those Hindu parents, oh my God, she's so cool. I love grandma because she's blowing off money for her. And you are ultimately going to give them anyway, so might as well blow off when you are there. What you are doing to your grandkids, that you are creating one positive image for yourself. Other thing is, whenever they are with you, you are installing little dharmic value, even though your daughter says not to do it. You keep on installing. Keep on, meaning you lost, as I said, you are 100% loser. Instead of that, you can install, and it's possible that grandchildren, when they become 18, 20 years old on daughter, they realize that, nope, I like this faith better than other one. And they may come back 100% to fold. So point is, don't give up at any stage. Keep doing what you're supposed to do.
What I feel is most of our Hindus, we don't even have knowledge.
That is the important point.
That is because
Yeah.
we don't have the knowledge, that's why we are not able to tell our kids.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is the issue, that we need to be able
Educate.
to read on a daily basis or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever God we are praying, why do we even pray to whatever God we
Yes.
do, what rituals?
No, I agree.
We have no knowledge.
No, I-
Most of us, we don't have knowledge. We just go because our parents did
No.
that, so I'm doing it.
But at least let's not worry about others. At
Yes.
least you all, I hope you go to Hindu American Foundation sites. There are a lot of easy to, and so many others YouTubes there. So what mandirs can do, and mandir's objective should not be stop interfaith marriages, but the objective should be to stop this conversion. That will be better approach. And wedding officiate, those pandits are there, they should be able to, just like as we discussed, that they should be able to discuss, okay, you marrying to Jews, you should be doing these things. Have you thought about these things? What will be religion of children's? Have you thought about those? And those are all things are in my book here. What you have to think about. What will be the faith of children? That's the most critical question. Also, marriage should have mandir should have a marriage consultation service, reach out committee. As I mentioned to you all before, that you should be learning yourself and go reach out to schools and colleges and give knowledge to others who we are. Change some practices in mandir. That is, reduce rituals and more explanations. So what you are missing, that's the, and increased use of English. As much as we are proud of our language, Hindi and Sanskrit, I mean, new generation, if they don't know this thing, it's just, they are just getting bored. And we need to involve children in routine mandir activities. The Swaminarayan Mandir does really, really well. They involve all those youths. They are the ones who are driving things. And more you involve, more they feel like want to be part of it. Versus they are just sitting in one corner playing iPod. And Balvia should be definitely part of Sunday school. So what did I told you? Accept reality of life that interfaith marriage, it could come. Educate yourself about Hindu Dharma first, like you mentioned, and how we are different from the Abrahamic faith, because not all religions are same. At home front, first of all, you be a role model and show your son and daughter that they are getting that, no, my parents are really open-minded, respecting all and all that, or helping you have a beautiful married life. And if you don't remember, again, back to same thing, no BBS. And that has no place in equality. And it's very easy to explain it to our sons and daughters. And that will solve all your problems. And be ready to raise children in two faiths. That's a pluralism, and we need to hammer it hard against. And if that other party is exclusivist, they're not going to accept and going to run away. You will be the winner. And we have, being Hindu, we don't have nothing to lose. Let them raise in two faiths. Let them raise in four faiths. Why we are scared of what we have to offer? So, and like Barack Obama, the interfaith child should have the option to pick his or her own faith at age 18, not when they are just born or 10, 12 years old. So, whatever I said, is it matching with the American value? What are the American values? Freedom, liberty, equality, justice. Is it? What I'm saying is these religious institutes, whatever that is, they should not have control, but the youth should have the control. So not them, and you should have the freedom to decide what they want to do, not the religious institute. Expectation of religious conversion for marriage is a very bad practice. That it's very prevalent in this America, and that should be eliminated. And I mean, that's a justice to somebody who is innocent getting trapped there. Child's religious labeling practice, again, its best example is Barack Obama. Let the interfaith child decide the decisions, and child should have the liberty to pick what they want to do. And like my book says, equality for all. So that's my message. I hope it's American value, and thank you for listening now.
Thank you.
This is my book. You know what I'm most proud about is the last page. The Christian, Jews, Muslim, they have reviewed, my friends, they have reviewed these things, and they don't find anything which is offending. They said, no, Dilip, this is very logical. Kareena Kapoor did not convert it, but now they have a son's named Taimur. What does it mean? Whether
So that
Tamil
we have to
is
see, yeah.
Kareena going to take Taimur to Hindu Mandir once a while? I don't know.
Celebrities are different.
Yeah.
We don't know what has happened behind the.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like, I don't know what's
But
happening.
I can tell you one personal example. Like one of my friends, she is a South Indian.
It's being recorded, okay?
Okay, yeah. So she married. She's a South Indian. She married a Muslim guy from South India again, but then she has to convert.
Hmm.
And obviously she uses her maiden name and everything, but in paper she is converted. She has a Muslim name also, and she comes to me in temple and Gurudwara, but she only goes to the food hall. She does not go in the prayer area because she just cannot bow her head in front of any other gods. So this is the real example which I have noticed. I didn't realize it for a long time, but then she donates also, but only in the food hall because she is not allowed to enter.
Why not allow? She's a free lady. Why she
No,
cannot?
because she is converted, right? She has to follow
You
her
know,
religion now.
Bukhari says that if anybody is a convert to Muslim, and then if they convert back to Hinduism, punishment is death. It's pretty serious matter. So that's why I don't know why she agreed to that thing. But,
Yeah, but see, everything is behind the scene. Her husband does not know she goes to Gurdwara with me.
but that's cheating, lying.
Yeah.
Why? What I say that why to make your married life based on lies and deception? That's her weakness. She should have been bold. No, I don't believe in these things. I want the freedom. So she doesn't have to lie, and she could go up front. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I don't
argue
know
that.
about
Going to
all
the-
those, like,
No, a lot
Our
of people
amendment-
don't realize
we
you
have-
can convert from Islam, but you cannot come back because the death is the only punishment.
Auntie,
So, yeah.
our amendment says we have the freedom to choose any religion we want. If you want to switch back, even if the Quran says death is the punishment, our amendment, if you live in the United States, says freedom of religion as one of our amendments. So like it won't interfere.
But it's if you are traveling to, let's say, some Middle Eastern country for business trip, you are there, and you could be in deep trouble. If you convert out of Islam, you better keep it hiding. You will be always scared of these things. I mean, you are in Bangladesh, and who knows? They take this thing very seriously. Your life is in jeopardy. The life could be in jeopardy. So why do take chance? If you don't believe in it, just don't convert. Is it simple as it?
Yeah.
So then you don't no question.
There are incidents that they went back from here
You know.
to Bangladesh, and that husband was they killed him because he was like this.
Even there are people Muslims who claim themselves, I'm atheist, I don't believe in God, Allah, whatever, they get killed in Bangladesh. So even if Muslim just says I'm atheist, that's also okay. So point is,
You get
yeah,
here.
America,
Yeah.
in America you are protected. But you never know, you may get,
country,
you become a CEO, you have to go to some Middle Eastern country for business trip. Why you want to limit yourself? I don't want to convert, that's it, I don't believe in. And that's what I'm saying.
Just keep your own identity.
And to love someone, you don't have to change. your
Change,
identity.
that's it, simple.
You can love the person the way you are, the way that.
I mean, it's like you didn't love the person
Accept
for
as
their
it is,
religion.
no.
You love them because you didn't love the person for their religion.
Right.
You love them for who they are.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not for their
So,
religion.
yeah, so you just keep it like that, you have to tell them that don't bring the religion or your parents or your church or
That's it.
Muslims into the
Love.
Love, yeah.
Just
Okay, when they bring the love, then it is
Different.
one-sided.
Yeah.
So it has to be both sides.
And,
Love.
and just to give you a very stupid example of conversion, so I went to enroll my kids to a private school. It was like a Christian school. So the fees is different for Christians and non-Christians. Okay?
Yeah, I went to a private
In
school.
America?
I
Yeah,
know.
in America.
Oh.
No,
So-
it is. Yep.
Yeah, so because Rancho was closing down, like the kids where the school where my kids used to go, so I want to explore another school. So there are two different fees, even in the best school, Brophy and
Yeah,
Xavier.
if you're
there
not
are two, there are two
like,
fee
yeah.
structure, one is for Christians and one is for non-Christians. So they said, convert, we'll give you discount.
No,
So it's a
well,
total
simple.
discrimination. Is it allowed in India?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is allowed. Nothing wrong.
See,
Yeah.
and this
Even in
business,
university is also same like that. Actually.
and
You know,
this
like
business
a
they are doing
Christians
openly.
is one-
Openly
They
they
are
do.
not
I
hiding
didn't
this.
know that.
It's
Very
there in the
clear.
paper in
You
writing.
know, I have one friend.
Even in the
he's
dorms also,
he's
go to
a
the
top-notch
university.
doctor. He was. So one like a just a ordinary lady, like she was working in a hospital. She married to him, and she used to cook Indian food and all everything. Later on, they had the kids. The kids little grown, right? Now she is making him not to bring Indian food from outside and eat in the house. So it shows that she just married. She faked love just for the money.
Yeah, how can we avoid
Yeah.
that fake?
Yeah, it's
for
ve-
marriage they might
People
pretend
do that,
because-
like as they told, in the long run, 5 years, 10 years,
See,
your
so how it
identity rises
progresses.
up.
So initially you might think, oh, it's
You-
love, it's just a crush, it's not even love actually.
Yeah.
It's a crush.
And then it changes over a period of time. And then you see the difference.
Obviously
Then after
you-
5 years down the line, say, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
they're gonna be Christian or Muslim.
You
That's
spoil
it.
your life also, right?
Yeah.
Just
And
for
Yeah.
wanting-
Oh, yeah.
Food is such a thing that even a North Indian and a South Indian will have fight. Because they have two different way of eating. Like if I marry
So
a South
just now,
Indian-
if you tell, let's go to Indian restaurant,
Right.
everyone will tell 10 different, let's go to this
Indian.
here, there, there.
My
So-
husband is a Sindhi, I am a Punjabi, but we eat both kind of cuisine. But it's me who has decided that I will feel both things. But otherwise, it's a different thing altogether.
Like,
So what else question you have?
Nothing else really.
It's a
like,
youth perspective,
I
right?
won't-
So-
I don't care. Like honestly, if I'm Hindu or not. When I was little, we had we had Christian friends, like close friends back in Michigan. I used to go to church too with them. They had parties in church. I go. I didn't know what to do, right? So they would take me with them, and I would pray to that God, and I'd be like, okay, I don't care. It's a God. God's a God. You go to two different places. In every religion, you go to heaven or hell. Who cares, heaven or hell? You're already dead.
See, that's
You're already dead.
see,
Who
that's
cares
why,
about your religion?
why is this happening?
No,
Because
it-
you're so good that you are thinking that, oh, okay, I cannot compare. I don't want to compare.
Hello, this message is brought to you by Interfaith Sadi. If you have any view on this message, please share it below. If you have any interfaith relationship related experience, or you know someone may have, maybe it is a good, bad, or ugly, please share it with us. Share this message with all your friends on Facebook and WhatsApp and help the cause. Thank you very much.